Hey everybody, Magician Cary Tardi here. We are going to have some fun today. I'm going to show you guys how to perform 2 really awesome magic tricks with things that you guys probably have around the house, okay? So here's how it's going to work. I'm going to show you all the supplies that you're going to need first, so you're going to want to make sure that you gather all that stuff up and have it ready in front of you. Then I'm going to perform the trick for you so you can see it, and then the best part of all, then I'm going to show you guys the secret so that you can perform it for your family and friends. You guys ready to do this? Let's have some fun. The first thing that you're going to need is one of these, a coffee mug. This is my favorite coffee mug. Looks just like that. Just make sure that you can't see through it, okay? That's important, okay? So a coffee mug. The next thing that you're going to need is some table salt, okay? This is just regular salt that comes out of a salt shaker. You just need a little bit, okay? The next thing that you need are some paper napkins, just like that. A couple of those would do just fine. You just need 1 or 2, okay? The other thing that you're going to need are some toothpicks, okay? Just some wooden toothpicks. They come in a box. Other than that, if you don't have that, I also have some, these are called skewers that you use for barbecuing sometimes. That would work just fine. And last but not least, you're going to need one of these. This is kind of small. I hope you can see it. That's what's called the thumbtack. Now, this is where it's really important that you need the help of a grown-up to help you out, especially with one of the tricks, because you're going to be using this thumbtack on the last thing that I'm going to show you. So you want to make sure that it's safety first. Never do this yourself. Always make sure that you get the help of a grown-up, okay? But a thumbtack just like that would be just fine. And last but not least, the most important thing and some of my favorite things, I love to eat these, and who knew that you could do magic with them? Ta-da! I have some eggs, okay? So you're gonna need 3 or 4 chicken's eggs. These are real eggs, okay? You don't wanna drop them, okay? All right, so that is all the supplies you need. So you guys go and gather all that stuff up, and I'll see you guys in a bit. Hey everybody, Magician Cary Tardi here, and with me I have my awesome nephew Liam. Liam, I'm going to show you a magic trick. Are you ready for this, dude? Okay, so what I have with me are some eggs. Can you see these? All right, these are real eggs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose an egg for myself, and I want you to choose an egg, anyone that you want. You want that one? Okay, don't drop. Oh, that one's got a crack in it. Make sure you get one that doesn't have a crack. We're good? Okay. So you can hand me that one. So we have 2 real eggs here, and we can make the magic happen to any egg that you want. You want it to happen to this one or to this one? It's up to you. To that one? Okay, so I'm gonna leave that one right there, okay? Keep your eye on it, make sure it doesn't disappear. Now, Liam, what I want you to do is I want you to imagine being able to take something out of this egg and putting it into that one right there, okay? So can you imagine that? So I want you to close your eyes and imagine taking something from that egg and putting it in that one. Give it a try. Use your imagination. Okay, grab it and put it in that egg. Yes. I think it worked. Okay, you can open up your eyes now. Now all I need you to do is wave your hand over that egg and say your favorite magic word. That was perfect. Now check this out. You won't believe this. Watch. Look. There's nothing inside of that egg. There's nothing. It completely disappeared, and if you look, we have a glass here. Watch. If I crack this egg open, and if you look inside, can you look inside? What's inside there? Look inside the glass and you'll see. You made both of those eggs appear in that egg. That's amazing, dude. How did you do that? Well, stay tuned because now I'm going to show you guys how to perform that trick. All right, guys. Now I'm going to show you guys how to do the disappearing egg yolk. Wasn't that a cool trick? That's one of my favorites. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to need are obviously some eggs, okay? Now, I'm going to take an egg out here and I'm going to show it to you. You're going to have to do something really special to one of these eggs, okay? And this is what I'm going to show you. And this is where it's very, very important that you get a grown-up to help you out, okay? Remember at the beginning of the video, I said you're going to need one of these. Well, this is what you're going to need it for the disappearing yolk trick, okay? A thumbtack just like that. You see, nobody knew this, but before I performed the trick, I did something very special to one of the eggs, okay? You can already see it at the very top. Can you see that? There's a little hole there. And that's from me poking the thumbtack into the hole. So what I did, and make sure that you get a grown-up to do this for you. Don't do this yourself. But I basically took the thumbtack and very gently, I poked a hole in it until eventually you get a bigger hole, okay? So you can see me poking the thumbtack into the egg, the top of the egg, very, very gently until you get something that looks just like this. Hang on, I'm almost done. This is the hardest part of the trick, okay? Once you have that done, you're good. Okay, so what you see there is a hole at the top of the egg, okay? Once you've done that, you're gonna do the exact same thing on the bottom of the egg too, okay? So remember, get a grown-up to help you out with this. All right, so I poke a hole in the bottom of the egg, and now I'm just gonna keep poking it in the bottom until I get a bigger hole, okay? Now you wanna be very gentle to make sure that you don't crack the egg in half, and you wanna make sure that whoever is helping you out with this, make sure that they don't poke themselves either, okay? All right, so there you go. So you have a hole at the top of the egg and you have a hole at the bottom, and you can tell it's a real egg because all that gooey stuff, the egg is starting to come out. Now this is where you get to have a lot of fun, okay? All right, so I have an empty glass here just so that I can show you how to do this. Now, this is going to be hilarious, all right? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take a toothpick or a stick just like this that's big enough to go in one of the holes, and you're gonna take the toothpick and you're gonna stir it around. You're basically scrambling that egg inside of there, okay? And I'll explain why that is in a second, because we wanna make sure that the egg is able to come out, okay? So I'm gonna stir that around really good, and you can see the egg is starting to come out. Make sure that you have a glass underneath to collect the egg, all right? So I'm just gonna take a paper napkin and I'm gonna wipe this off. Now this is very, very important as well. Make sure that before you do this, you wash one of the eggs that you're gonna use, okay? Make sure you wash it with a little bit of soap and water, and I'll explain why in just a second. So I washed this beforehand, so I know that the egg is nice and clean on the outside, because here's the fun part. This is where you have to take the egg and you're gonna do this, watch. Gross, do you see that? You can see the egg coming out of the bottom of the egg just like that, okay? Do you see it dripping out? And you get to make all kinds of fun sounds. Okay. Almost done. All right, and there you have it. Now, you can see the egg inside the glass, and what we have now is an empty egg. It looks like a real egg, but it's got nothing inside it. Pretty cool, huh? All right, so now we are ready to perform the trick. So what you're gonna do is I'm gonna take my egg carton here, and I'm gonna put the egg back inside. So I'll point it out to you. You can see the egg with the hole in it is right there. Okay, you can see it there. And then I just close it up. The rest of the eggs are real, okay? There's 6 eggs in there. I'll just show it to you once more. You can see all 6 eggs, and the one with the hole in it is right there, okay? And now we are ready to perform the trick. So you can do that ahead of time. You can do it a couple days ahead of time if you know that you're gonna do a magic show for everyone. Maybe you're having some family over or something for dinner or breakfast even. You can have all these ready inside the fridge, ready to go. So you're ready to do a really cool trick. Okay, so let's pretend those are in the fridge, and now we are ready to perform the trick. So the only other thing that you need is a coffee mug. Make sure that you can't see through it. And you're gonna need some napkins, just in case you get some of the egg on the table, all right? So the first thing that you're gonna do, or the only other thing that you need to do to prepare for the trick is you need to take another egg and crack it and put it inside of the glass, okay? So nobody sees that you do this, but you do that ahead of the time. And this is important. This is why you can't see through the glass, because nobody can see that there's already one egg inside. And now we are ready to perform the trick, and now I'm going to demonstrate it for you. Okay, so this is what it looks like. So you come out and you show everyone that you have a real carton of eggs. And what you're going to do is you're going to look for the one that you put the hole in, and you're going to take that egg out, okay? And you're going to put one finger on top and one finger on the bottom to make sure that you're hiding those holes that you put in the egg, okay? This one's empty, remember? But nobody knows that it's empty. Everyone thinks that it's a real egg, okay? And then the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to have your volunteer pick another egg, okay? And this is a real egg. This has the yolk and the rest of the egg inside of it. So you have a hollow egg here with nothing inside of it. And in my other hand, I have a real egg, okay? So to perform the trick, the rest is really simple. You have your coffee mug right here. Nobody can see inside that. And now you simply ask them to choose which egg they want the magic to happen to, okay? And it doesn't matter which egg that they choose. That's the best part, okay? Yeah, it's so easy to perform the trick. So you get, let's say for example, they chose this egg. So you say, okay, we're gonna make the magic happen to this egg. So you put the other egg down on the table, okay? It's right down there in front of me, okay? So now all you have to do is you tell them to pretend that they have to imagine that they're taking something out of the egg inside of your hand and you're putting it in the other egg. That's all that you have to do. And it's, of course, that's just pretend, right? All right. Then all you have to do is you get them to say their favorite magic word and wave their hand over the egg. So abracadabra, that's Liam's favorite magic word. And then you can show them the really exciting part. Nobody's going to imagine what they're about to see, okay? So then you can take the empty egg and you simply crack it, okay? Now, of course, everyone's going to think that there's going to be an egg inside, and of course, you can show them like magic. Look at that. There's nothing inside. You can crumble it up and show everyone that the egg has completely disappeared. And then you can show them on the table the entire time the other egg that they chose. You simply take the coffee mug, and remember, we already have an egg inside that nobody knows about. So all you have to do now to perform the rest of the trick, you very carefully take the other egg, you crack it, and break it into the glass just like that. All right, you put that away inside the egg carton, and then for the big moment, you show everyone inside of the glass. Whoop! Inside of the glass, take my word for it, there's 2 eggs inside of the glass, and it looks like you made one egg disappear and you put it inside of another egg. And I think that's a pretty cool trick. And you know what the best part is? You can use these eggs inside the glass to make yourself breakfast after. Hey everybody, we are back for another magic trick with my awesome nephew Liam. Liam, I got a question for you. Can you tell all the boys and girls what's inside this box right here?
Eggs.
Exactly. See what I did there? Okay, so I'm gonna show you another cool trick, dude, with an egg. All right? So we have a napkin here just in case I make a terrible mistake, all right? I don't want to get your counter all dirty. Now let's see if I can do this. It takes a lot of practice to be able to do this. Ready? Check this out. Ta-da! Don't move, don't breathe. Can you see that the egg is actually balancing right on the napkin? Okay, now I need you to give it a try, okay? So I'm gonna take the napkin, I'm gonna put it down just like it was before, and I want you to take the egg, and I want you to try and balance it on the napkin very carefully. See if it works. All right, okay, I think you're good. Take it away, take your hand. Oh, maybe try once more. Yeah. Perfect, okay? Ooh, maybe try it just one more time. Yeah, I think you got it. You know what? The reason why you can't do the trick is because I didn't tell you the secret, but now we're gonna show the boys and girls how to do that right now. All right, guys, we are back, and now I'm gonna show you the balancing egg trick. Do you see that? The egg is balancing on the napkin, okay? So now I'm gonna show you guys how to perform the trick. It's really, really simple. So if you remember at the beginning of the video, I showed you something important that you needed to get, and that is this, okay? I have some salt, okay? Now I'm gonna take the egg away and I'm gonna show you what I did before the trick started that nobody saw. Okay, it's gonna give away the secret, but this is basically how the trick is done. Okay, do you see what I did before the trick started? I took some salt and I piled it up on the napkin. Now from far away, you're not gonna be able to see the salt, so you don't have to worry so much about that. But once you put a little bit of salt on there, all you have to do is take the egg and put it on the napkin or on top of the salt. And then you feel around for the egg to balance. And if you do it ever so gently, you'll find that eventually you can get the egg to balance on the napkin. Just like that. And then what you can do is when you take the egg away, you can put it down on the table, and then you pick up the napkin, and once you pick the napkin up, that gets rid of all the salt, and when you put it back down, and you get somebody else to try to balance the egg, of course, they're not going to be able to do it, and it looks like you did magic by making the egg balance. Ta-da!